What is happening, all you sexy YouTube warriors out there? Range Day Bro back at it again. And today I'm a very happy man because, as you can see, my Dead Air Sandman-S is back and in action. Let's get into it. Alright, so unfortunately the last time the Dead Air Sandman was in one of my videos, it was because I had just blown it up, and by blown it up I mean had a massive baffle strike which struck multiple baffles and also took out my end cap several days before I got my tax stamp back and was able to take it home. So for those of you who don't know, if you have a suppressor on the way, you can actually have it sent to a FFL that has a range on property, and if said FFL allows you to, you can go there, hand them your ID, at which point they'll give you your suppressor and you could use it while you're waiting for your tax stamp to return. In my opinion, that is the only way to buy a suppressor because it gets you that little itch out of your system to go out there and shoot the suppressor, and then you don't get to take it home, but still it's better than having to just wait. It's a lot better to throw it on the actual gun and run it and see what kind of suppression, see what kind of accuracy you can get. You can actually dial in your optics and know, hey, how many clicks down and left or right does this point of impact shift, and so on and so forth. But without getting too much into those weeds, I had a massive baffle strike about 4 days before I was able to bring it home, which obviously I didn't know at the time, but that's how it worked out. And it ended up working out great. And what I'm here to talk to you today about is why Dead Air is the only suppressor company I will ever buy a suppressor from here on out. I just wanted to be very clear if I wasn't in my last video. I do not believe that the baffle strike was a failure of the chemo system. I wholeheartedly believe it was user error, and I just didn't crank it down enough because I was worried about getting it stuck on there. With that being said, now that that's out of the way, how was my experience with Dead Air's customer service having had a massive baffle strike? Let me just tell you how it went. Boom. This is the box I got in my mailbox just yesterday, in fact, after having sent my suppressor out 6 days prior to receiving this back. I mean, I put a stamp on it and shipped it with FedEx, and then 6 days later from the ship date, and I shipped it at 5 p.m. So just keep that in mind. 6 days later, this shows up in my mailbox. I actually had not received a notification from Dead Air telling me that this was going to be showing up. However, I went down and grabbed my mail, and boom, voila, I actually waited a couple hours to open this. I wasn't sure what it was. It's from a guy named Chuck. Thank you, Chuck, if you're out there. Opened it up, and to my surprise, I was like, wait a minute, some bubble wrap, manila envelope. So I pull this bubble wrap off, I throw it out of the way, and then below this manila envelope is my Dead Air box. And I'm thinking in my head, there's no freaking way 6 days later my can is back and repaired, and so on and so forth. Well, lo and behold, pull out this manila envelope before I open my can, and I get this letter here. And I'll read it to you guys real quickly. Dear valued customer, please accept our many thanks for your valued support of our products. The single most important aspect of our business is our commitment to support our friends and the network of loyal customers. Your suppressor has been fully repaired, and the list of procedures performed is attached for your review. Thank you once again for your support of Dead Air. Warmest regards, Mike Pappas, founder. All I gotta say is, Mike Pappas, if you're out there and you're watching this video, thank you, you fucking legend. You're a badass. And I'm still kind of in shock and disbelief as to the turnaround. The next page here we have RMA inspection report, damages baffle strike and front cap strike. So what they did, recore. Your suppressor was recored, .025 pin test, blasted, and re-cerakoted. All new hardware was also reinstalled. Wow, Hank. Thank you so much, Hank. I appreciate you. I didn't even realize it had been re-cerakoted until just now reading this letter, because I didn't read that far. I was way too excited to get to the suppressor yesterday, and then a copy of my ATF tax stamp, my Form 4. Then underneath that, I just had some more bubble wrap and the box for my suppressor. I cannot say enough about how impressed I am. I mean, I am actually blown away. I am one to be a big aspect on customer service and how people treat their customers. For me, that says a lot about the person. That's kind of the way customer service is to me. I mean, a big company like Dead Air doesn't have to go above and beyond to the extent that they did. The return shipping was absolutely free. All I did was fill out a form on their website, which they emailed me a link to, filled the form out. They emailed me a shipping label. I took it to FedEx. I just bought a box at FedEx to ship it. That's all I actually paid for, was about a $7 box. And then Boom, shipped it out literally 6 days later after shipping it at 6 p.m. and then it got back to me yesterday midday, and I am blown away. I had to make this video. It's already dragging on quite a bit, but I wanted to make this video short and sweet just to tell you guys why I'm never buying any other can besides a Dead Air. Now that we got all that out of the way, let's do some dress up. So how many different guns can the Dead Air Sandman go on? Well, right now I actually have the Flash Suppressor 5.56 end cap on here, but that can be easily changed out. So to get the Dead Air on and off, it's a chemo system, so you just ratchet it and break it free. Boom, comes right off. Let's bust out my end cap tool, which I have right here, and let's just unthread this 5.56 end cap here. You want to put on your 30 cal end cap. So you want to tighten down your 30 cal end cap, and this is their end cap tool. You can buy this on whatever website sells Dead Air accessories, including theirs. I believe I bought this on their actual website. Crank this guy down. There's wrench flats on the side of this. I'm not going to go through that. I'm just going to give it a little nice torque there at the end. And now boom, I have the 30 cal end cap back on here. So now we can play dress up. You already saw it on the Mark 18. What's next? Boom, let's go to the ATX Armory Adonis 15. So this is my milled upper and lower from ATX Armory. And on this guy, I have the Dead Air flash hider, as I do on the Daniel Defense Mark 18. And all you gotta do, index that little key right there with the notch, tighten this guy down, boom. So now we have it on a custom build of mine, my Star Wars build, and that's what it looks like. So, very versatile suppressor, and this is just the second gun we've put it on. Now, yeah, you're gonna say, hey, range day bro, prices add up. This end cap, this tool, yeah, it all adds up. And all these muzzle devices add up, like this quick detach right here. So they're not cheap, however, it is way cheaper than buying a bunch of these for every different gun. So there's another AR-15 chambered in 5.56. Let's move on to the last 5.56 we have up here. And this is the BCM 14.5 pinned and welded with the Dead Air flash hider again. And this one has a Holosun 503G on it. And you ratchet it down, give it that extra little torque. Now it's on there nice and solid. And now you see what it looks like with this rifle here. Anytime I'm in the market for something I'm shopping around, I always like to see it on different builds. If I have a BCM upper, I'd like to see how it lines up, how it meshes, how it flows. This is artwork to me. And I know you guys out there who are building these, this is your craft. So it's nice to see it before you go ahead and purchase it, what it's gonna look like, or if you're waiting for it and it's in jail, what it's gonna look like when it's on different uppers, different lowers, different configurations, so on and so forth. So that's what this guy looks like. And yeah, before you go running into the comments, I am missing a charging cable on this one. These parts get expensive, guys, so if I ever need to run this, I'll just borrow one from another build. That's the beauty of the AR-15 platform. Mil spec, baby. Let's get this guy off. Just like that, nice and easy, no tools required. And let's move on to the, boom, 300 Blackout truck gun. I did a video on this guy previously. You can check it out. I'll put a card up here and see what this guy looks like. This is actually the one that we had a baffle strike with when I was firing this with the 300 Blackout. So I am gonna take this back before I go ahead and shoot this again and just double check, triple check the bore concentricity and make sure that this bore is concentric with this suppressor here. See what this guy looks like on this guy. Boom. Now she's tight, she's good to go. That's what it looks like on a 10.3 inch 300 Blackout build. This is the Geisley Mark IV rail, and this is the Aero Precision Enhanced upper with the Silencer Co. ambidextrous lower, milled lower receiver. This is the guy I'm going to be SBRing eventually, and for the time being, this is just how she sits. So this is what it looks like on a 10.3 inch 300 Blackout. It's fun playing dress up with these. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you do, leave a comment in the comment section so I know to do more videos like this. If you want to see what an EOTech looks like on that BCM, leave me a comment. We could do like a dress up video because these accessories are very expensive. So since I'm fortunate enough to have invested in these and own these, I don't mind playing dress up with you guys so you can see exactly what they look like. Now let's check it out on our Daniel Defense DDM4 PDW. This guy is a sick little pistol. I'm a huge fan of this little guy. And with just a 7-inch barrel, let's look how beautiful this guy looks on this Daniel Defense. Boom, check out that sexy little beast. Wow, that is a little tiny package, and I mean tiny. I freaking love this thing. shooting it suppressed. It's phenomenal. It sounds phenomenal. And look at that. Just look at the barrel to the tip of the suppressor. I mean, that's still under 14 inches. I mean, let me measure that. I mean, we're at 13.5 inches. You're at 13.5 inches from the tip of the suppressor to the back of this, and you're getting good ballistic performance out of this 7-inch barrel. I mean, you're good. You're rocking and rolling out to 200 yards all day with this thing, getting pretty good groups. I'd say a hand size or a fist size group with good ammo that the gun likes. And I mean, it is just a super tiny package. You can just pop this guy down, pull this guy off, put it in a backpack right next to each other, and when it's time to rock and roll, all you gotta do is throw this guy on, and now you are in business. Don't make the same mistake as me. Give it that little extra torque at the bottom. Check this guy out. I mean, just a phenomenal looking pistol here. It's just incredible. Huge fan of this guy. And collapse down. That's what she looks like. Let me know in the comments which one's your favorite so far, guys. So pop this guy right off again. That simple. And I use a little bit of Lucas Oil gun grease on this collar right here just to let it glide a little bit easier. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. I don't know, Pappas, let me know if I'm fucking up. Please correct me. But that's what I like to do to keep it running smoothly. And here we have the big boy 308 AR-10, which we've done a video on before in the past. And this guy also has the 3-chamber brake that the Dead Air Sandman came with. So when you buy the suppressor, it'll ship with this brake in the box. And so I threw it on this AR-10 because it is a big brake and this is a big gun. So it fits it nice, and it's a bench gun, so it slides right on like so. And again, the Dead Air has a little, the Sandman has a little notch right there in the top of the chemo, which indicates that is the indexing collar. So if you have a brake and you have it timed, you put that notch at the top because it'll be timed with that top slot. On the flash hiders, if you're not timing them, then it may be in a different spot. However, on the brake, when you time them, they line up perfectly with that notch on the top, and then all you do is crank it down, boom. And look at this guy on this 18.5-inch 308 build with the Ballistic Advantage stainless steel fluted barrel. And this guy sounds phenomenal. Obviously, you're still breaking the sound barrier with a 308, and you're still breaking the sound barrier with a 5.56. However, it takes quite a bit of the bite off, and it just sounds phenomenal. It's a little bit more courteous because when this can's not on here, this brake is a little unwieldy. You will be that guy at the range just pissing off your neighbors because they're going to be getting concussed left and right. So it's really nice to have the can on here. And as well, one other thing that's worth mentioning, you won't be able to see it in the video. However, on the back of either the brake or the flash hider, there's a little shoulder. And inside the can, inside the chemo, there's a little notch which comes on and off. It'll be to the right when it's loose and when you're able to take it off, like so. And then when you come down, it should go all the way to the left, indicating that it's tight. So at any point in time, you just take a peek at that while you're shooting. If that's all the way to the left, that's an indication that you're still pretty well tight, but you might want to just double check it if you have any concerns. Don't end up like me, right? So that's what it looks like on the big boy here. And it just looks super nice on this 308. And this is more of a bench gun. It's already heavy as hell. I don't know how much it weighs, but I didn't really go for weight savings on this build. This was more of a, hey, I want to put this on the bench and clap steel at 700-800 yards with a 308, and that's what it does very well. So it's a bit heavy, and with that can on there, doesn't make it any lighter. However, I do have a Dead Air Nomad on the way. Hopefully I get that stamp back any day now. And that guy is probably going to be more of my bigger gun can because it is a bit lighter as far as I understand, because it's a different construction material where the Sandman-S has Stellite baffles, which are extremely durable. However, I believe they're a little bit heavier than the materials used in the Nomad. I think there's a little bit more utilization of stainless steel and titanium in the Nomad. However, if you guys want to see a video of the Nomad when it comes out, when I get it, please let me know down in the comments and I'll create a video on it. And then just one last AR-10 here. We have the Diamondback DB15, or DB10 rather, forgive me, the 308 AR-10 by Diamondback. This is what it looks like on a 16-inch AR-10 barrel, for those of you guys who are wondering. Any of you guys own Diamondbacks out there, let me know. Not too sure if Diamondback's still producing these AR-10s. I believe they are. However, this thing has been super accurate and for the most part entirely reliable as far as I can recall for the life of owning it. Pretty awesome looking guy on this too. If you want to go for a more lightweight type DMR rifle, this would probably be more of your bet with a 16-inch barrel. If you guys want to see a full review on this guy, please let me know down in the comments, and that may be in the future. Boom! Alright guys, so here we are back where we started, my beloved Daniel Defense Mark 18, and you know what? Even though it has that 30 cal end cap, it still sounds phenomenal with the 5.56, so you don't have to really upgrade to this guy. In fact, I haven't even shot this guy yet. However, I have seen some videos that Dead Air put out of the muzzle flash reduction, that this actually reduces the muzzle flash quite significantly, even over the OEM, the stock 30 cal end cap that it comes with. And obviously it's gonna quiet it down just a bit more. I'll let you guys know in the future, and I'll shoot these side to side, changing the end cap out, and just let you guys know and let you hear for yourselves what the sound difference is, if it changes tone, all that good stuff. I think it's just fine. I don't think it's necessary to really upgrade to that end cap unless you're really worried about flash suppression at night. If you're running nods and if you're running those kinds of operations, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have. But the way it sits today, it's just a phenomenal rifle. I'm a huge fan of the Dead Air Sandman. I always have been. I was so bummed when I had that baffle strike, but Mike Pappas and the team over there at Dead Air took care of me right away. They're not paying me to say this, guys. I paid for this can. There's just no replacement for that kind of customer service, and you see the smile on my face. It's just, I was dancing around last night, just having a jolly good time because this came back so quickly, and just going from the lowest low from when I had that baffle strike to being right here right now talking to you guys, I'm just on top of the world. So thank you everybody at Dead Air. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm a new channel starting out, so I'm trying to get a bit of a following. If you enjoy these videos and you want to see future videos, hit that bell icon so you're notified of any videos I put out in the future. And as always guys, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay dangerous. Range Day Bro, out.